Good Friday morning, all my Dixie Belle buddies, or good afternoon on the East Coast. I always forget. We're Mountain Time, so it's 10 o'clock in the morning here. It's noon there. I'm Sandy with Urban Rebel Designs. Hi, Kelsey. When you hop on, please say hi. Let us know where you're watching from, and let us know what you're working on this weekend. Hi, Dixie Belle. We're going to do some fun projects this morning. We're going to be working with patina. So today I am using the iron and the bronze patina, and I'm going to use both the blue and green sprays. But I wanted to show you a little project that I've been working on, setting up for a wedding show, and wanted to show you how versatile Dixie Belle is. So this is one of my projects. This is a bridal bouquet, and I'm gonna hold it up here so you can see it. I used the Voodoo Gel Stain in Tobacco Road to stain these pieces. Now, before you ask, this is a product called Would You Bend. It is, can you hear that? Let me get it up here. It's wood. This is the bridal bouquet that I made out of vintage pearls, the Would You Bend, and a vintage silver service for the handle. So I'm going to set this off to the side, and I'll show you how that comes in. It comes in flat, you heat it, it molds to whatever, then you can paint it or stain it or do whatever. I'm just really proud of that and doing a show this weekend, and that's going to be part of it. So let's get right into the fun stuff. We're going to see how versatile Dixie Belle's patina can be. Trust me, I use this on almost everything, and I come up with a new use for it at least weekly. So I have to show you what a nerd I am. I just noticed I look like a disco ball. Okay, so it's Friday party today. I'm really nerdy, and I did this little project a few months ago, and this is my joke. So I pull this out. This is a styrofoam head, and we're going to be working on one today. I pull this out to show how versatile the patina is when somebody comes into my shop and I say, do you know what this is? And they go, oh, it's a head. Well, it's copper and it's a head, so it's a copper head. Okay, everybody boo now, because I know that's a bad joke, but I love it. So today we're going to be working on our styrofoam head, and we're going to use the iron patina on this one. We're also going to be working on a couple of glass pieces that I want to use to decorate. And if you stay tuned all the way to the end, we're going to do a very, very, very special product or project that is near and dear to my heart, and I happen to know that it's near and dear to Dixie Belle's heart. If you have any questions while we're going through this, please post them. I will try to answer everything I can while we're live. If I miss any of them, I think Dixie Belle can probably pick it up. If not, I go back after I finish and try to answer all the questions and try to respond to all the comments. St. Louis, Missouri in the house. Yay! Okay, so we're going to start with our styrofoam head. And I've got a glare. Let's do it this way. You can get these at Hobby Lobby. You can order them. I think they're wig forms. But I'm going to use the iron patina on this one because I'm thinking of using this for Halloween, and the iron patina with all the rust will be perfect. So let me get this off. Before anybody asks, I will not be sealing anything that I'm doing today because it's all for decor purposes. But if you want to seal it, Dixie Belle makes a great product called Patina Guard that you can use, or you can use gator hide. That's usually what I use because I have tons of gator hide on hand, and I do use that product daily. So all I'm doing is I'm putting a thin coat over my styrofoam, and I want to hold it up so you can see it's not melting at all. I'll be honest, I tried another brand of paint this week, And one of the first things that I do when I try out paint is I put it on styrofoam to see how it's going to react. And it was a very interesting sound that it started making. It sounded like it was boiling. It was bubbling and cracking. So that's one reason that I absolutely love this brand. Now what I'm going to do is, like I said, I'm just putting a thin coat on, and by the time that I get the first coat on the other things, this will be dry and ready for the second coat and ready to patina. So for the big glass jar that I have some stalks of cotton that are just going to go in here, I'm going to use the bronze patina. I think the bronze patina is overlooked a lot of times. It is gorgeous. One thing about the patina paints is it has the actual metal particles suspended in the paint. That's what makes it a true patina as opposed to a faux patina. And I just got it all over my hands. So I want to use the bronze on this because I'm wanting to get a blue color. Let's see, which side do I want to do? I want to do this side. So I'm just going to put a really thin coat. How is the weather where everybody is? Because here in sunny, beautiful northern New Mexico, it's hot, and oddly enough, it's a bit humid today. We're not used to humidity. Okay, so I have my first coat on this. I'm going to set it aside to let it dry. And this is a little, everybody knows this is a little liquor bottle. It came in, I did not drink this. It came in a box lot of stuff, and I thought it was really cute, and I'm gonna dress it up. I may stick a little flower in it, I don't know, but I thought it was cute. I thought the shape and the texture that's on the sides, and see how that makes that texture or that pattern pop out. So I'm gonna set that aside, and we're gonna go back to our styrofoam head. It's not quite dry, but that's okay. We're going to move on anyway because this will work. I wanted to do the iron first because it takes the patina a little bit longer to come up on the iron. I like to think of it as it's heavier, so it's slower. And I'm going to do a thicker second coat over this. This is probably, at Halloween, going to sit on my porch, and it may or may not have a hat. Haven't decided yet, but these styrofoam forms are so cool to work with and so much fun. Okay, I have the hubby here helping me this morning. Has anybody told me what they're working on this weekend? I guess not. Yes?
I did have a question.
Okay.
A little bit earlier. Someone wanted to know if they didn't like the look of their patina when they were finished, if they can paint over it and start again.
Yes, and I have done that many, many times. You absolutely can. You may want to use like some 320 grit sandpaper and go over it just to smooth it out, because this will have a bit of a texture, but you can absolutely paint over it. Okay, so I'm using the green spray. When you use the iron, you don't have to use the green spray. You can use the blue spray, but it won't change into rust. You have to use the green spray to get the rust. I'm going to spray it down here so I don't make such a mess, because I'm on my sales floor in the store, and I really don't want green spots on the floor. I'll try to hold it up, see if I can back up so you can see. I'm just dousing this really well. but we're gonna do something different on the bottles. We're not gonna spray them. Okay, so on this side, you can see that it's starting to change just a little bit, but it will take it, a few minutes to come up. If you're doing the iron, my tip is to do it, let it sit overnight, and then come back to it, and you will be amazed at the patina that comes up. So on this bottle, we're gonna go back to our bronze, and we're gonna do our second coat. And I'm gonna try not to stick my finger in it this time. And what we're gonna do a little differently on this is you can create texture simply by using a little comb, or maybe you have an old brush that's a little bit stiff. You can create texture with this. So I'm going to use a little tool that came with my wood graining tool, and if you haven't seen the wood graining tools that Dixie Belle has now, you need to look for them. It comes with the handle, 2 different sizes of the wood graining heads, and it comes with this little comb. So I'm going to use the chunkier side, and since I have the chevron shaped tape, I'm just going to kind of follow that and get it over here where you can see it. I know some people have issues with seeing around the comments. So I am just following the shape of the tape, and look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? So instead of spraying this, I gotta move my brushes. For this one, I'm gonna brush it on. So I'm gonna take the blue patina spray, and I'm just gonna pour a little bit into a paper plate that I have sitting here. And it just takes a little bit. And I'm comfortable doing this because I know it doesn't eat through the styrofoam. So this is just a little styrofoam paper plate that I have, and I have a disposable 1-inch chip brush because honestly I'm too lazy to clean brushes with patina on them, and I'm just patting it. I'm holding it over my plate so I get some really cool drippies. Now this will start to change in just a matter of seconds or minutes. Okay, so I held it over my plate, and see how I got the really cool drippies? We'll set it aside, and I think we're gonna sponge. We're gonna see if we can sponge on the little bottle. I've lost, here it is. I have some ideas on new ways to use patina. I'll experiment with them, and I will share it on my page if you love patina as much as I do. Everybody in the small town that we live in knows that I am crazy about rust. So you should see some of the things that get brought into the store. Okay, so I have just a regular kitchen sponge. I'm going to dip it into the spray, and I'm just going to pat. I need a little bit more spray, because that sponge is soaking it up.
We have one question.
Yes.
Tracy wants to know if you applied slick stick to the bottles before applying patina.
No, Tracy, I did not. I am applying this directly to the glass. If you're uncomfortable with painting glass without the slick stick, go ahead and slick stick it. Just be sure when you do that you let the slick stick completely dry. And if you're creating texture, know that the slick stick's probably going to show through. So if I did that, I would slick stick it, then I would probably do a layer of paint that would coordinate with it, and then I would go for it. So we have this where I patted it with the sponge, and we're going to move on to our last very special project, and it is shoes. The reason that I picked these, Dixie Belle is so generous. This is one of the things that I absolutely love about this company. And for the next few weeks, for every pair of painted shoes that they receive a picture of, they will donate $1 to Dixie Belle. I'm sorry, my mind went blank. I think it's Souls for Souls. Dixie Belle can correct me if I'm wrong. This organization is a nonprofit organization that provides shoes for people in need, and Dixie Belle will donate $1 for every pair of painted shoes that they receive a picture of. So this is going to be one of mine. Excuse me, it's cottonwood season. And this is one of mine. I will be having a class to paint shoes so we can raise more money. Did you know that for this organization, $1 will buy a pair of shoes? That's just one of the things that's so special about Dixie Belle. And these are just little rubber shoes. I think I gave $1 for them. Don't remember where I got them. And we're going to patina these. So I am just going to put the first coat on. I want to get all of my edges. Okay, for those who don't know this, I am so patina crazy. I have patinaed a skirt. Okay, so we have our first coat on this one. I'm going to set it aside. We're going to do our first coat on this one.
Peg wants to know, how hard is it to remove the paint and patina from your beautiful manicure?
It's actually not that difficult. My manicure is a gel manicure, and I will tell you I am so thrilled with it because I have found that a little bit of scrubby soap and it comes right off. And thank you for commenting on it. I usually don't have my nails done, but I took an afternoon and did something for myself last week, and this is it. Okay, so I'm going to go back. I don't know why I put the lid on that. I'm going to go back and do a second coat. These haven't completely dried, so I'm just going to wing it here, and I'm going to put a little bit more on this one. Make sure that everything's covered. And then I'm going to hold it over my trash can and I'm going to spray away. Okay, we have that one sprayed. These are going to be so cute. And I'm going to do the same thing on this one. Now, when you're working with patina and you're working with the spray, always put the lid back on your jar. If you get spray in it, it's going to patina your paint. And you'll open it up and it'll be chunky and funky colored and you won't be happy. So, I'm going to spray this one and then we're going to go back and take a look at our other projects. So we got this one sprayed, and it's a little drippy. So we're going to set those there. Now, like I said, it takes the iron a little bit longer for the patina to come up. So I'm going to spray this one again. As long as it's still damp and you can see where it's shiny, you can keep adding spray if it's not enough for you. But I do suggest that you underspray it just a little bit, because it's going to patina a lot more overnight and you're going to be surprised. So we're beginning to get a little bit of rust on the nose and the lips. Isn't that cool? And we're gonna look at our bottles. Oh, we're getting great color on this. And look at how it makes that texture pop out. Let's see if I can get the tape off. When I use painter's tape, I like to give my paint a minute or two to set, but I like to take the tape off while it's still wet so it doesn't grab an edge and pull your fresh paint off. So look at this. That's going to be a really cool bottle. And our little crown bottle is perfect. So that's what I have for you today. I'll go back and check the comments. I should be wearing gloves, but I'm gonna tell you I am not real good about that. And since they're my hands, I'm not worried about it. I do advise people to wear gloves or a mask when they're using the sprays because it can aerosolize. But for the purposes of the video, I don't. We're gonna go back and take a look at our shoes. It's beginning to get just a little bit of rust around that edge. And we'll have the coolest shoes on earth. So thank you for joining me. I'll be back next Friday at the same time. If you want to see any of my other projects, you can jump over to the Urban Rebel Designs page. Please, if you like this video, give us some love. If you have friends that need to see this video, then please let them know about it. And I appreciate you joining me on Friday mornings. For me, it's a whole lot of fun. I hope it is for you. Thank you, Dixie Belle, for all you do, and we will see you next week.